All right, so we're going to be switching up the vlog format just a little bit and making it a little bit more of a behind-the-scenes look into the happenings at Achieve and also just sort of into our daily lives as well. So this vlog is going to be more of a documentary a little bit about what we do on a daily basis from beginning to end, and so that's the footage that you're going to see today is Jason and I just going throughout our day.
Yeah, I think most of the previous vlogs have been more of a surface level type of view of how Achieve works, but today we'll give you more of a behind the scenes approach.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Jury duty. Taking my trainer hat off, putting my juror hat on.
Bye.
Bye.
Maureen, what is that?
It's a banana saver with a carabiner. Entertaining to look at all these things on Amazon.
Really entertaining to look at bananas on the internet.
Carabiner and That's a carabiner. So protected.
With that, weightlifting requires more exposure to the competitive movement, powerlifting less so with the bench, squat, deadlift.
And kind of along that, with static stretching, you're not attempting to change structure. You're changing your body's perception of that range.
Move with 3. Alright, so just to recap what happened today so far, woke up at around 5:20, got to the gym at around 5:45, opened up at 6. And then from there we trained for a couple hours, and then from there Lauren had to go to jury duty. From there we had a meeting at 12, which Lauren will discuss.
Yeah, so, well, unfortunately I wasn't there today, but normally we have a full team meeting of all the coaches and our manager as well. And we start off by, very first thing we do is go over our feel-good moments for the week. So everybody comes prepared with a moment or a couple that just made them feel really good, just to get the meeting started on a positive note. We go around and just share our stories from the week, and it's usually something like a client success or a lot of times it's about members interacting with each other. So like new members meeting each other and connecting, and but just whatever it is, it just gives us a good sense of what everybody else has been experiencing in the gym and makes everybody feel good. So that's how to take things off.
Yeah, I think it just helps to reframe things. I think when you go into meetings, you want to quickly talk about problems and how we can solve them, but it just helps to keep something really positive at the forefront of your mind and to constantly think of, oh, what's going to be my FGM this week, and then relay that to the rest of the team.
Yeah, I keep a note section of my phone. It's called FGMs, and I just write them down for the week. And it makes you look for the positive things that are happening too. So I think it helps everybody keep an eye out for that stuff.
Yeah.
So that's what we start with, and then from there we go over new members. So we make sure that we discuss every new member that we get in the door. So say there are 2, 3, 4 people who signed up from last Wednesday to this Wednesday. We go over all of them in detail. Whoever went, took them through their strategy session or their initial consultation guides the conversation, and we discuss who's going to be best fit to program design for them, who's going to be their email check-in person, and we just kind of elaborate on what their specific goals are, specific needs are, so that everybody knows what's going on with that person. We really want to make sure that the whole team is involved, even if it's somebody that maybe I'll never train. I still want to know what's going on with that person, so if I do see them, I can ask them questions and make them feel like they're really special and they're really important, because they are. Step 3 is to go over the events that we have coming up. So that's always like, we have a social event every month, so we just remind everybody of what that social event is, discuss how to make it really fun, talk about how to talk to our members about coming. We like positive peer pressure about coming to these events, because even though, maybe we're like having to reel people in to do it, once they're there, they really, really enjoy it, and then they realize why we peer pressure them in the first place. And people get to know each other outside of just the gym setting. Sometimes you go in and you get your workout done and you leave, but the more that you start interacting with other members outside of the gym, then you have a more fun experience when you're in the gym, and it makes you want to keep coming back. So the coaches meeting is more about the technical training side of things. So we go right into questions that any of our coaches have. That's usually number one.
And then beyond that, if we have leftover time, we'll have people maybe present or talk about a specific topic that they're super interested in. So this past weekend, Ted and Maureen both went to a workshop in New York for, was it Juggernaut?
It was Juggernaut, yeah.
Yeah, it was consisted of programming for powerlifting and weightlifting, recovery techniques, and also nutrition as well. So they presented their biggest takeaways, and it's just always, I think, empowering for each one of our team members to present on something that they're passionate about and educate the rest of the members of the team. But what's on tap next is, I think we just have a couple of administrative things to work on, and then from there I'll be covering the front desk tonight. Lauren will have a class.
It's closing time.
Closing time.
So that's just an example of one of our typical days. We start from about 5:30 in the morning and about 8:30 at night. We're about to grab some dinner and then go to bed and then repeat the next morning. Seems like a long day, but it doesn't really seem like that long for us. I think this is pretty par for the course for any gym owner or small business owner. Luckily, we're in a field that we just are really passionate about and really enjoy, so it doesn't feel like work, and we get to do it with some pretty cool people and with a pretty awesome team. So we're not exactly sure where this is going to go, but we hope that we can give you some insight onto the decision-making process behind the scenes at Achieve, and hopefully give you a little bit more insight on why we do the things we do.
It's cool to get gains.